I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the lines, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to want to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action. And nothing but that action. And I want all the smoke. Who wants the smoke today? Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues. The movement continues. How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Who we got in the chat? Salute to everybody joining the chat today. If you haven't joined the chat, you missing out. Kawanda in the chat, SE, Not Really a City Girl, Josh, Jeff, Sir Chance. How you doing, Sir Chance? Cyber King Mike in the chat. Sincere Runny Ray Real is in the chat. Mo the Elephant. I see you, Mo. I see you, Mo the Elephant, in the chat. And Lori Patterson from Baltimore in the chat. Salute, Lori. Once again, everybody, this is one of those things where one of these shows, I might need a lot of participation for this show because there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that are going to be taking place today. So I'm going to need y'all to be paying attention today. But before we get into the show, I got a dentist appointment, Truth Nation. I got a dentist appointment tomorrow. And I didn't know it was going to be that fast, Andrew. When I called, because I feel like I got like a toothache in the back of my teeth. It's kind of off and on, but since it's been cold outside, it's more on than off. So I was like, you know what? Let me go get my tooth looked at because, I was just making sure, you don't want to wait till it get too out of control. So I guess they scheduled me like right away, like boom, like tomorrow at 11. So if I can't talk tomorrow, it's gonna be an interesting show because I didn't take off.
Oh boy, here we go.
I did not take off. I didn't think it was gonna be all that, And so they said tomorrow at 11 I'm going in, and maybe if they have to pull a tooth or if they may have to do something invasive, I don't know. Maybe I'll come in and just have to try to wing it.
So we might have an emergency root canal or something?
I don't know if it's a root canal. It could be, I don't know. I mean, it may be a cavity. I don't know.
Do you eat a lot of sweets?
I don't eat a lot of sweets. I just eat chocolates. And I don't eat them all the time, and I like my chocolate chip cookies. I like the chocolate chip cookies. If you want to, I'm a cheap date. If you just give me some chocolate chip cookies, it's whatever. You know what I mean? I'm hanging out with you. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the dentist appointment was scheduled so fast, I don't even think I had time to even take Friday off. It's tomorrow.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah, I was like, okay, when do y'all have an opening? Well, can you come in on Friday at 11? Like, what? I thought it takes time to schedule an appointment. And as we get grown, as we become men, we got to get our checkups. We got to get our eye appointment. We got to get our dental appointments in. We got to get our yearly checkups in. I'm making my runs on my yearly. This is all yearly, but the dentist for this kind of check, I usually get my teeth whitened, right? But this is more like, okay, they got to go in there and see if what if they got to pull a tooth? I may have to come in tomorrow with my,
some cotton balls in your mouth?
Some cotton balls in my mouth or something. We gonna see. It should be real interesting. But I tell any guy, like usually, like if you're in a relationship, the women kind of make the appointment. They'll schedule, hey, look, honey, I feel sick. I need to make a checkup. Can you make me a checkup? I learned that you got to make your own checkup now. Like these women ain't making checkups no more. Like you gotta start figuring out how to do that on your own.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in.
Hold on, Andrew. Do you schedule your own checkups?
Oh, I'm a grown man now, so I'm gonna have to start.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Who used to schedule your checkups? Your mom, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the women usually schedule the checkup. Like it's always some woman behind the scenes. That's why they say behind every good man is a great woman scheduling checkups.
I don't think I've had a checkup in like 5 years.
What?
Yeah, I don't think so. Because if I'm scheduling it, like I'm busy, man.
Well, I'm talking about you got to at least get a checkup to keep up on your health. Kind of get a kind of an idea of where you at.
I drink orange juice.
Oh, you drink orange juice when you get a cold?
Yeah.
Well, for the guys out there, we got to start learning how to do our own checkups, because now it don't seem like a lot of people they not going to be with you like that. They not doing the checkups no more. And if you ain't had a checkup in 5 years, that means you've been out the house for 5 years.
Yep.
Because if you was at the house, your mama would have made sure you had a checkup.
Oh, for sure.
So why don't you feel like picking up the phone and making the checkup? Because I had a problem with doing it too. Is it a guy thing?
It's a busy thing, Tori. Like, you see how hard we're working back here.
Right.
Like, we don't have time.
Okay, so check this out. When you get sick and if something go wrong, now you got plenty of time, right?
Yep.
So this is why you got to do the maintenance so it don't get out of hand.
That's what the orange juice is for.
All right, well, all I'm going to say is this. And I'm sure, and Andrew said his mom used to schedule his checkups. Now, if he haven't had a checkup in 5 years, that's how long he been out the house, right? I've been scared to do checkups, or not even scared to do checkups. It's just going to the hospital was not a thing for my family, like for the men in my family. Like they would go if they got cut or if something was, surgical. But I had to learn, you got to go and get your checkup annually. Especially when you start getting over 30, 35, 40, You got to start making sure that you keep up with, you can't wait till you get to stage 4 to go to the hospital.
Oh, brother.
Sometimes it do be like that. Sometimes you overlook the little things. You coughing all the time and, something may not be right. And you be like, okay, I'm going to drink some orange juice like Andrew. Like, sometimes the orange juice can't cure it all.
I think I'll get a checkup before I turn 30, Tori.
Minister Kevin said, Tori going to be sounding like me tomorrow. Bo the Elephant says, every year for blood pressure, BMI and medicine cabinet is full of preventative measures. All right, I'll say this. There is a stigma with going to the hospital. And I'm talking about, most men are not going to pick up the phone and just voluntarily go to the hospital. Somebody help me out. Because women, they go to the hospital, get checkups. They got to go if they get pregnant. It's things where if they got kids get sick, they making schedules. So they in that rhythm. They in that algorithm of going to the hospital. Men, we got to tough it out. What, Andrew, you saying you ain't been to the hospital in 5 years because you working a lot, right?
Yep.
You busy.
Yep.
Being a man.
Exactly.
So you don't look at a checkup as being a man.
I look at a checkup as something that's going to take me away from doing this.
Okay, see, and that's what I'm saying. It's like we all look at it in a certain way, but like I said, I had to overcome that mountain, and hopefully, many of us as men, as we continue to grow and mature, that we learn how to pick up that phone and make that, use that insurance if you got it. And, God bless you if you do got some insurance. But what I'm saying is this is where we at right now. We got to make sure we getting them checkups. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
And that's Tori Lowe bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tori Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Two big wins to highlight as we start on the boys' side in the Blue Division. The Golden Meyer Owls went on the road and took down the Milwaukee Reagan Huskies 68-56 behind an unreal performance from their 1-2 punch. Junior forward Chris Reddick was everywhere, posting an absurd double-double with 25 points and 18 rebounds. But somehow that wasn't even the wildest stat line of the night, as senior Caleb Colbert went full video game mode, recording a quadruple-double with 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. And now to the girls on the gold side of the division, as the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats dominated on the road Tuesday night at Carmen Northwest, cruising to a 62-35 win. Junior Josiah Collins led the charge, finishing with a strong double-double of 25 points and 10 rebounds.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update. MPS proud and MPS strong.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I'll say this. All in the news feeds, we got ice. And it's cold out. It's cold out, and then we got residents freezing, getting icy in the apartment buildings because they ain't got no heat. Ice across the board. Well, I want to zoom in on this story. Milwaukee man distributes whistles to prepare for potential ICE operation. He handing out the whistle. Blow the whistle. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we going live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe button. We got some video on this. If you're watching, let's listen.
In Minneapolis, people are using the whistles to alert others of the presence of federal agents in the area. And a man here in Milwaukee is handing those whistles out. He shared his motivation with 12 News' Zoe Henry.
In the midst of unrest in Minneapolis, one sound has been constant.
If you see ICE, use the whistle 3 times and blow it 3 times.
Julio Guerrero is a Milwaukee resident handing out resource kits across the city. The kits include free whistles and information pamphlets.
It has a phone number that they can call that's Wisconsin specific if you have an ICE encounter. So again, it's just to make sure that people have that information in their pocket, that they know what to do.
While ICE operations in Milwaukee have ramped up like in Minneapolis, he says it's never too soon to get prepared.
What we're trying to do is make sure that our community is prepared. If we wait for ICE to get here and escalate their presence in Milwaukee and increase their presence here, and we've done nothing, then it's too late.
Guerrero says he pays for the kits himself, but also accepts donations at his giveaways. At his most recent giveaway, he handed out 200 kits, and he plans to keep going.
People were very gracious. There were a lot of handshakes, a lot of people just saying thank you. So I knew that, based on that response from people in real time, that, it made a difference.
And he's handing them out on the south side of Milwaukee, where there are a lot of Hispanic residents over there. And like I said, this is what, some people are getting prepared for what they believe that may go on right here in Milwaukee, what's going on in Minnesota. And we're going to continue to talk about the events unfolding in Minnesota later on in the show. But many times people feel like they got to take action when they see things, try to get ahead of it. And so he's doing the right thing for what he feels is his community and what they need to be prepared for or what's to come. So, but I better not see no black people blowing no whistles over here on the north side. Now, you know, I was going to say something because we don't got ICE, but the feds do be kicking in people's doors. So, I mean, we got raids going on. We got raids. Raids are happening in the north side, but it's not ICE. It's the federal government kicking in the doors. You know, I have to deal with a lot of the aftermath of when they do them drug raids and all of those things. It's kind of similar to ICE because they coming to get you. They coming to get you, and then, you know, they got the, you know, guns out and everything. It's just not, you just not gonna get deported to another country. And you may go to a jail with harsh conditions. You know, it's happening. You know, so maybe we need to get some whistles. Maybe y'all need to, if y'all know y'all out here doing activity that might land y'all in prison, maybe y'all need to get a whistleblowing system. Maybe y'all to get some, I don't know. Somebody said, what are you going to do about the whistles, Tori? Nothing. I mean, let them have their whistles. That's what, I mean, people got to do what they feel that they got to do to protect their people. So I'm not against none of the whistles, and if that's what they want to do, then that's what if people feel like this is what they need to organize and do, that's what they feel that they need to do. Nothing against what they trying to do. Also, we have a situation where residents, you know, especially during this time of year, Milwaukee apartment residents are fed up after repeated flooding issues. Now, can you imagine having flooding issues when it's 8 degrees outside, 7 degrees outside, with the windshield making it even worse? Flooding? Residents say they tired of this. We got video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Residents at the historic lofts late Sunday night dealing with water shooting from the ceiling and pooling in the hallway. Resident Linda Johnson has had enough.
This is not healthy. This is not healthy at all.
It's at least the 4th time 12 News has reported pipes bursting in the building since early 2024. And it's a problem Linda Johnson hoped would be fixed long ago.
Does it frustrate you?
Yes, it do, but by me not having enough money, but I told my son that I'm gonna do everything in my power to move in 2025.
Kenya Essex has lived in the building at 22nd and Kilbourne for 7 years and remembers this happening all too often.
So last night I actually was coming in from work and I seen that the back door was open. So I was just like, it's gonna be a flood again. It's definitely going to be a flood because when that door is open, that's how it happened last time.
A mess residents hope they don't have to deal with again. In Milwaukee.
Wow. I mean, look, Minister Kevin got jokes. He said, at least they have a sprinkler system. Wow. Look, I'll say this. You know, you coming in from out the cold, 0 below, and you got busted pipes blasting in the hallways, coming down the stairs, like you stepping into like a couple inches of water that's going through. Can you imagine the mold? Can you imagine the mold inside the walls with this kind of situation going on? That's unhealthy as well. So what's going on with this situation? See, these people are living in conditions that are putting their health in jeopardy. And every day when we come on the show, I see another story about another elder or black people on the news in extreme conditions, living in extreme conditions. They're not on the news because they're getting evicted. They're on the news because they're living in subpar conditions. They're on the news because they can't stay where they are and they're paying rent. It's January 29th, and no matter if that pipe busted or not, and if the water running down the hallway, they better come up with that rent. And this is that attitude where we was talking about yesterday, where these landlords have gone too far with just collecting rent and not making the proper adjustments to fix these units properly that people are paying rent. They say we got statistics on how many people are homeowners in the state of Wisconsin, and the black homeownership is at 6% in the state of Wisconsin. But if you look into the city of Milwaukee, when you get into the city of Milwaukee, is the homeowner percentage goes up to 38%. This is according to statistics from 2020. So when you look at it like that, where we're majority renters, and these things are happening, and people are having to reach out on the news, because you know it's bad when they have to reach out to the news. That means nobody ain't picking up the phone. That means when you see people's situations on the news, that means that nobody called them back. The alderman, the landlord, the police, they done called everybody, and now they got to reach out to the media outlets to bring awareness because nothing is being done. Being on the news ain't nobody's first choice because it's embarrassing. Nobody wants to have their house on the news and they got a problem that it's, a lot of people feel embarrassed. So when you see it on the news, they got past the embarrassment. They need, because it's more people suffering. The suffering is greater than the embarrassment. That's when you see it on the news. And when you start seeing elders on the news, they screaming for help because nobody answered the phone. Somebody be like, well, why they didn't call such? No, they called everybody. They didn't call the Department of Neighborhood Services. They didn't call whoever could have helped them before they got on the news. The news is usually the last resort. Desperate, that Hail Mary. When they call me, it's a Hail Mary. They not just going to the news, oh, the pipe busted and now I got to call Contact 6, No, I'm going to call the landlord. Now, okay, I'm going to call Neighborhood Services. Okay, they ain't did nothing. Now who do I call? Now I'm calling this organization. They ain't calling back. I got to call the news. And even though I was trying to do it in the right way, go through the right communications to get this fixed, nobody called me back. So I got to go to the news people and put it out there, put my business out there for everybody to see, to help, to try to at least bring attention. That's sad. And people don't understand that the conditions that many of us are living in many times are due to neglect. And then they don't have no empathy. They just gonna blame the person. Why don't you move? Why don't you get out of there? Why don't you do this? It's no empathy for when you see the elders on TV screaming that they're living in subpar conditions. There's no empathy for when you see black residents out here complaining about the conditions. It's only pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's the same song all the time. I get to hear it and see it all the time. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
I caught an Uber in the evening, and my show comes on. The playback is at 6. My show comes on at 6 to 9. The driver was Somalian, and I was just, in the back seat. And so he was listening to my show, and we was talking about what was going on in Minnesota.
What was his take?
No, he liked my show. He liked it. He liked my show. He didn't know it was me, though. He didn't know that the person that was on the radio was in his back seat. So what was funny was I was listening to me and listening to how he was listening to the show. And so I asked him, I said, you like that show? And he was like, oh, yeah, I love that show.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 1017 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The trade rumors around Giannis Antetokounmpo haven't cooled down, with multiple teams rumored to be making moves to acquire the two-time MVP. The Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, and New York Knicks, as well as the Golden State Warriors, are among the serious suitors for Antetokounmpo, league sources have told Shams Charania. The Milwaukee Bucks take on the Washington Wizards tonight, aiming to halt their three-game slide. The Bucks have gone 14-15 against Eastern Conference opponents. Milwaukee has a 4-6 record in one-possession games. And the Wisconsin Badgers woke up in the second half, beating Minnesota 67-63 at the Kohl Center last night. The 18-point comeback tied a school record for the largest second-half comeback since at least 1945. With the win, the Badgers have now beaten the Gophers 11 times in a row, setting a new program record. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tori Lowe. And Andrew will be giving me some information because I need him to do some research to pull up some numbers on a lot of this. But I saw an article. On Nicki Minaj. She got that gold card. I guess it's for immigration, that you can be in this country, but you got to, I guess you had to pay like, what, $1 billion or something? Like it was to get this gold card. How much did the Trump gold card cost? I think it was like $5 million or something like that.
For her, she claims it was free. Claims that Donald Trump gave it to her.
So Donald Trump gave her the gold immigration pass card.
No, it's $1 million card, Tori.
Right. It was $1 million, right.
Yeah, so this is how it ends up happening. So this card gives her a essentially jump in front of line deal for residency. And this is coming after her and Trump were together yesterday. The photo is on our YouTube right now of the gold Trump card, by the way. She said, finalizing the citizenship paperwork as we speak for my wonderful, glorious, charming president. The gold charge, free of charge. Right?
Right. So she wasn't legal?
It doesn't seem like it, Tori.
So she was in this country. She wasn't even a legal resident. So what's she from, Trinidad?
Trinidad and Tobago, yes, sir.
So she's here and she made all this money illegally. Well, as not a legal citizen.
Not as a legal citizen.
Was she on some type of visa?
From all the reports, it looks like the visa expired sometime in the last 5 to 6 years.
Okay, so she was on an expired visa.
Yeah.
Wow. So she did all this stuff for Trump, did all this messaging, and now she gets a free gold card that costs about $1 million.
Seems like it's almost like a get out of jail for free card.
Yeah, it's like, she did her rounds, and he gave it to her for free.
So she went on to say she's probably the president's #1 fan, Tori. She says the hate or what people have to say doesn't affect me at all. Doesn't affect me.
Right, because she was about to, she could have got deported. I mean, I wouldn't let look, I would rather be talked about in the comments than to be deported to Trinidad, where she could possibly be at risk.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm just surprised that it's taken this long for this to come out, because if you remember, the thing that made me think about was 21 Savage when it came out that he was potentially illegal living in Atlanta, right, from London. That's what made me think about the situation. It's surprising it's taken this long for people to find out what was happening.
Well, to me, it seems like all of these celebrity figures, black celebrity figures, are running to Daddy Trump to get him off the hook.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm just saying, it seems like they are going to Trump and getting out of whatever's going on federally, right? We just played the rapper NBA YoungBoy telling his audience to whatever Trump say, make America slime again. It's whatever Trump say, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Lil Wayne got in trouble. Lil Wayne had to go to Donald J. Trump and get out of trouble.
It's pretty nice when you have a celebrity president, because I imagine a lot of these individuals have run into each other at an award show or at a charity event. So it's nice to have the ear of the most important person in the world.
Snoop Dogg even went and did the inauguration, and he said, and this is why when you talk about the entertainers, they flip. He said whoever does the inauguration for Trump is a coon and all of this stuff, and then he was the first one up, right? So here we go. When the exchange of power, some people just, if they're gonna follow the power or they're gonna follow the paycheck. People can say cry big bad wolf all day, but when that check hit the account, they can switch up. It's no real loyalty in politics. That's why I keep telling people, people so hardcore donkey gang, so hardcore elephant gang. But I'm going to tell you right now, all of the players that, they going to flip sides, they're going to flop sides to whoever got the power and whoever got the money.
Oh, exactly. And it's funny, though, because, again, we talk about the celebrities who have kind of come to Donald Trump. Think about the celebrities who have done the opposite, who have been like, I don't want anything to do with them. I wonder what that looks like with their paychecks.
Well, it depends on who in power. You got to realize Larry Hoover, Kanye West, I think Kanye West and Drake did a concert to free Larry Hoover back in, a couple years ago. When Trump got back in office, he freed Larry Hoover, at least from the federal. Now he's back in the state of Illinois, in the state prison, because these federal charges have been pardoned, right? So what I'm saying is Trump administration, it seems like for the more high-profile situations or things that are going on in the black community, he's done a better job of dealing with these type of situations than the Democratic ideas.
The Larry Hoover, he might get released this year, Tori. I don't know if you knew that. Because of the federal charges getting taken away, the state of Illinois, he might get out in September.
Okay, but what I'm saying is they all had to go through Donald Trump.
Exactly.
And what I'm saying is, when you look at the entertainers, Kodak Black, who commands a lot of the youth, NBA YoungBoy, who commands a lot of the youth, Lil Wayne, who commands a lot of the millennial ideas and things like that, when they got in trouble, they had to go to Trump to get out of trouble. That's all I'm saying. So Trump is making inroads with the youth through some of the biggest influences of the last 10 years, 10, 15 years.
Well, it's funny because, in Monopoly, they have the get out of jail for free card. This would be the Trump card, right? You get out of
It's
get out
the
of trouble
Trump
for
card.
free.
Hey,
yeah.
No pun intended. But this is the truth. I mean, I was trying to tell somebody, Trump's messaging to today's youth is stronger than what the Democrats is doing with the messaging for the youth. And somebody wanted to argue with me, but I was trying to tell them that no, it's just look at, he's helping the actual influencers of this time, of the last 15, 20 years. And their messaging on their social media is leaning toward supporting Donald J. Trump. I'm talking about in the black community.
Well, the interesting thing, too, is Nicki Minaj has a very, very vocal, very, very powerful fan base, Tori. So what do the Barbs think about this?
Well, they turned against her. I think Nicki has faced some backlash due to dealing with Trump. And then she's always ranting online, and then she married a man that had was a sexual offender, and her brother is a sexual offender. So what I'm saying is a lot of that was going on, and Nicki's barbs are strong, but I seen a lot of people kind of turn against Nicki to a certain degree, but she don't care at this point because she's playing for her life at this point.
Yep.
And it's a difference between entertainment and when you could possibly be deported. She got that gold card.
Got that Trump card down.
Mission accomplished.
I still think she has a pretty powerful fan base. Do you think her star is like waned a little bit? Because like I still think, like, when I think about the groups that I don't want to mess with on the internet, the Beehive is one of them, and the Barbs are one of them for sure.
Well, I'll say this. I think that as far as rap, her and Lil Kim. First it was Lil Kim that really kind of got a massive audience, and Missy Elliott is in there too. It's they started this what we see now that led up to what Glorilla is doing. These Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Like now it's at the point where these women rappers are influencing people politically as well. First they wasn't doing that. They was pushing a certain culture. And now they have gotten involved in politics, where you see Nicki in Milwaukee, came to Milwaukee for Kamala Harris. Now you see, Megan Thee Stallion came here and rapped too. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Glorilla was here. Those were the ones that came for Kamala Harris. But now you got Nicki crossing the line going over to Donald J. Trump, but you got to realize Lil Wayne had to go to Donald J. Trump to get out of his federal stuff. So that's young money right there. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes. That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now. Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, they nurture that spark from age 3 through 8th grade, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of their students face economic hardship, but that does not define them. At MCP, they see students' potential, and they help them live up to that potential. 4 campuses, 1 mission. College and beyond, MCP is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you win Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just turn on the radio, you'll hear him shouting.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tori Lowe. Andrew, I'm going to tell you this. Giannis news is hitting this city. It's becoming more of a reality that he may be gone. And he is, I guess, he is most likely gone.
Oh, yeah. I think he's all but guaranteed at this
I didn't
point.
even want to say it.
It feels more real when you say it.
I hate to say it, but we're here. Reports are saying that Giannis wants to either be gone by the trade deadline or in the offseason.
Which I think that the offseason makes a lot more sense because you can get more for him. Right now, it'd be almost like a fire sale. Like, we're only getting what we can get type of thing. Because he's shut down for the season probably.
Right. And I'll say this. A lot of people can't wrap their minds around Giannis not being a Buck. You know, I made a post. I mean, I was hurt, but it's the truth. I said that they booed Giannis. Ain't no loyalty in the game. Now he gone. But they really didn't boo him. They was booing the efforts of the team.
They're booing the whole team.
But he booed them back, so he made it personal.
Yeah.
And that was the moment where I knew that it wouldn't be long before Giannis is gone. I've never seen Giannis boo the fans back. Like, he took it personally because even though you're booing the team efforts, he's the star. So he's going to absorb a lot of that personally. So it's like breaking up. It's like a relationship. It was good. You know, we had some good times, some great memories, but now it's time to move on.
Yeah, but this is different than I think any other breakup that Wisconsin sports fans have had, Tori. Because the other bad breakups, you think Favre, you think Aaron Rodgers. This one is like prime of the career. Like, you thought you got another 10 years of Giannis.
Favre almost got the Minnesota Vikings to a championship. You was watching.
I was watching, but you weren't happy when he left.
No, but what I'm saying is he had some juice left.
Yeah, but
he still has some juice.
Yeah, well, yeah, your ex-wife has a little bit of juice too, right?
Oh, wow.
But that doesn't, you know what I mean? It's somebody else's with her. Like, I am excited for Giannis for another 10 years in my team. This is like, you know, hey, we just got done with the honeymoon. We just had a championship. We're happily married. All of a sudden, I'm getting divorce papers. What's going on here?
All I'm saying is, in the state of Wisconsin, you're not going to leave without getting demonized. I mean, Favre was called a diva before he left. Aaron Rodgers was called a diva before he left. You know, a lot of the Brewers players, especially within the last couple of years, like, you know, they probably had more realistic ideas that the fans could have been mad at. but they wasn't. I'm not gonna name no names, but
no.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know you're talking
about.
about.
But what I'm saying is, Giannis was the recent hero.
Yeah,
he's our recent hero where we got him on a high pedestal. And now we've seen this year where it all came crumbling down, where once he threw the thumbs down and said, boo, like that, I knew it was only a matter of time. Matter of fact, before the season, when I saw that his family was moved to Greece, I said that. I wish we can go back and get that audio. I said, he's not going to be here long.
The crazy thing, Tori, is that like he's the best player in Bucks history, right? You would argue best player. This doesn't happen in the league history a lot. You don't have the best player in your franchise history force his way out like this, right?
I don't think he forced his way out. I think I think that the team saw it coming because the president is no longer there. Okay, Peter Fagan is no longer there. He was around in the glory days. We credited a lot of his management of the team as a president to winning a championship. Also, a lot of the original members are no longer there. So Giannis was kind of like, it was a matter of time. They weren't replacing what was being lost.
I hear what you're saying, but I think back to guys like Kobe and Dirk and Tim Duncan and guys who played their entire careers in one uniform, because that's what I think a lot of people thought Giannis was going to do. And all those teams had different pieces come and go after winning titles.
Okay, we got rid of a coach that with a winning record to get Doc Rivers.
See, and there's our first problem.
Okay, so you already knew it was the beginning of the end when that moment took place. Because how do you fire a coach with a winning record?
Yeah, they thought that Doc gave it a little bit more juice. And
Here we go.
So if you could go back in time, Tori, get a time machine, you can change one thing in the last 5 years to prevent Giannis from potentially leaving. What would be that one thing you would change? Would it be the Dame trade? Would it be firing Adrian Griffin? Like, what would be the move?
I would have kept Adrian Griffin.
You keep the coach, okay.
Yeah. He was 30 and 13?
I still think the Dame trade is the one that hurts the most. Because Dame was good, but Drew Holiday and Giannis, man.
Well, the thing with Drew Holiday was, and his performances in the couple playoffs before that wasn't superb. With the Butler last second, shot, and then before that, it was two bad endings before Drew Holiday actually got traded. Now, would I have traded the heart and soul of the defense at that time? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. See, and that's the other part. Is that I think
I would have tried to add a more solid piece on offense instead of getting rid of Drew Holiday. And they had to get rid of him for Dame in the Dame trade because he was an asset that made the trade work. But what I'm saying is it could have been another way. You could have if we could have brought in a player to give us at least 20 to 21 to 25 points a night and kept Drew Holiday, you didn't have to go all big time with Dame. You didn't have to go somebody that was an elite scorer that never manifested. The Dame idea never manifested.
See, the underrated move that I think was one of the worst is the Middleton trade. Because you sent him to Washington, Tori, and that's a place where careers go to die. Like, nobody who's ever been sent to Washington has been like, oh, I can't wait to play in D.C. Like, the organization's a mess. This guy that won you a title. He was a core member of your team. I think that hurts Giannis more than any of these other moves. It's like, this is a guy who was here with me, won a title with me, and this is how we're doing him? We're sending him to Washington? Like, that's...
Well, he got waived. He recently got waived. They may not have been wrong on that trade. Okay.
Well, that's where they sent him.
But what I'm saying is he got waived by them. Like, he's out there somewhere waiting for somebody to call him. If the Bucks wanted him back, they could just pick up the phone and get him.
But it's doing it. It's doing the guy dirty, man. And then the Drew thing, I mean...
You don't give away your defense. Defense win championships. That's all I'm saying. Now, what you don't want to do is put Drew Holiday in a situation. They could have improved getting more scoring and kept Drew Holiday. They didn't have to go, I want 30 points a night from Dame and Giannis. They could have got somebody that can give them a solid 21 to 25 on a good night and still came out with better progress than what happened with the trade. They went big, they took a huge risk, and they lost big.
So on the Tory Lowe list of great athletes in Wisconsin history, where is Giannis going to rank for you? If he gets traded tomorrow.
Giannis is always going to rank top on the top of the top in Milwaukee. He's one of the top players to ever play in history. So, but what I'm saying is I don't think it affects how we feel about Giannis down the line if he goes on and have a successful career somewhere else.
I'm going to be real upset. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it just doesn't feel right.
You more upset with Giannis than you are with the Minnesota Vikings. You a Vikings fan. You ain't upset with them. I'm just saying you got high hopes for the Minnesota Vikings. All I'm saying is
we yell.
all right. I'm just saying.
We yell all the time about the Vikings.
Y'all ain't got a championship.
I know what they got. I'm plenty upset with the Vikings.
Here we go.
I'm plenty upset with the Vikings.
We got a title. We got a title with Giannis. I don't think nobody that loves the sport of basketball is going to be upset with Giannis for trying to move on and get in a better situation. We're at the peak of his prime, maybe at the peak of his prime where he may got 4 years left to be in this position.
So fast forward a year, it's Knicks and OKC in the championship. You're rooting for one of those teams because they have Giannis now? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
Okay, that happens. That's why, we had to stop being obsessed with teams and start loving players. I remember I was just a huge Packer fan, and I still am to this day. But then when some of my favorite players went elsewhere, some of my love for the game and football went with that too. So they gave me good years as a fan, so I'm not just going to kick them out and just say, okay, forget them. You know what I mean? Now, if they come back and play the Packers, I may not like them. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers, I still got love for Aaron Rodgers. I still got love for people that gave me great years of their lives, their prime years. And that's the problem with society today. People giving them the best of their years, and then they treat them like crap later on. And you can't do that. You can't forget that people were excited, and you at one point you were in love with these people, or you were excited about somebody. That don't mean you got to hate them when they move on.
Sam Darnold played for the Vikings, almost won the MVP, no big deal. Goes to Seattle, he's playing for the Super Bowl tour. I'm not rooting for the Seahawks. I don't want Sam Darnold to win a ring.
Right, because he didn't give y'all one.
So that's the same thing. Like, if you're not on my team anymore, I'm not rooting for him.
Let's say he would have won a ring in Minnesota, right? You wouldn't feel that way, but you wouldn't even know how to feel because you ain't got a title. So I'm just saying, if he'd have won a title in Minnesota and moved on, you would have been like, oh, he's a good guy. He probably would have got you a memory of something that you celebrated with your family, so you're not going to feel bad at the end. But if he didn't give you nothing, you don't want that person to go give somebody else the goods, and they didn't give you that, that feeling. So, yeah, I can see how you feel that way.
Kawhi Leonard won a title for the Spurs, goes somewhere else. I'm rooting against him now, Tori. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow. All right, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
It's homecoming for the Milwaukee Panthers. Tune in Friday night as the Milwaukee Panthers host the Wright State Raiders at the UWM Panther Arena.
Jackson step back three is good. See Jack buries it. Panthers got to close strong. Kone with a strong move right down Main Street.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock. Honest, direct, and always thought-provoking.
Nice people get applause. Oh, that was a thoughtful thing to say. It's like when you ask somebody a question and the person repeats back to you, good question. They're being nice, but kindness earns respect. Being nice pleases people. Being kind improves them, and that difference, the one personal strength you should always have, character.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 to 6, live on YouTube and broadcasting on 101.7 The Truth.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good, because today I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. You think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Low Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Low Show. And I got a question for Truth Nation. And this is a question that I was talking to some young people, and they made a great point. They made a great point, and I had to sit back and listen to what they were talking about because they were asking me about Martin Luther King. And, we just, this month we had Martin Luther King birthday. We celebrate Martin Luther King. I did a whole show from the Performing Arts Center, me and Homer Blow. And, a lot of these young people, they're starting to ask questions, and I got to give them some answers. And so what they said was Martin Luther King was a leader that preached integration. He preached integration, at least from their standpoint, because he did also say he wanted to go get that check. He did also say that the farmers were being subsidized, American farmers were being subsidized and getting a leg up, and they was telling black farmers and to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and all of this stuff. So there was that side of Martin Luther King that we don't even see, that it's not marketed to us. Only side that's been marketed to us from Martin Luther King was the integration. Now, where the young people made a point, they said, how has integration helped the black community? Because they don't see us owning nothing. They don't see a lot of things that we had when they read history, like Black Wall Street, where we had our own hospitals, we had our own baseball leagues, we had our own things like that. Now, we seem to have less ownership in integration. And where I said was, this is what I said. I said, well, Wisconsin is one of the most segregated states in the United States. It's one of them. I think it's in the top 5. It's always somewhere in the top 5. Andrew, do your research to see if one year we was 2, then one year we was 4, and then, 1 year we was at 1. So I'll say top 5 if y'all can, go pull y'all phones out, get in the chat and tell me where Wisconsin ranks for segregation. But we got to understand this because we live in the state of Wisconsin. And when these young people come to ask these questions, I got to give them some straight answers. And when I looked at what they were saying, I kind of felt a certain way. But, okay, Andrew says now Wisconsin is number one, the number one segregated state. Okay, now we believe in integration because we wanted to go into schools that didn't even want us in the school. We got the images of people going into the schools with the military and things like that. But what has that done for the black community? Integration. Milwaukee currently has the lowest test scores in the country because we wanted to integrate into the system, right? So that's one thing. All of a sudden, the businesses, the black-owned businesses, the mom-and-pop shops, the independent spirit is few and far between. I got on the show one time and said that I can't even get a bag of Cheetos from a black man. I'm talking about in my neighborhood. If I walk down to the corner store and I get me a Coca-Cola and a bag of chips, most likely it won't be a black man giving that to me, reaching over the counter, giving me that. That's integration. That's integration. We fought for integration, and now in a state that is number one in segregation, we the only one talking about integration, black people, to the point where we don't own a lot and we're giving our dollars as consumers to everybody else. That's, to me, where I see that integration ended up doing to the black community. Because everybody else, if you start crossing in over on the south side, they could go down the street and get items and goods and services from people that look like them. If you go into these other neighborhoods outside of the south side, if you go into Sherwood, they can go and get a bag of tater chips and a soda from somebody that looks like them, or whatever they want from people that look like them. Only people that's integrating and believe in integration is the African-American culture. And we can't even get the basic needs from each other. Think about it. Think about it. And this is sad. This is sad. I'll say this. I told them I understand what they're saying. And that's why I get out here and I try to do it myself and try to work and build independently and without having to fall into the agendas that don't really truly get results for our community. Now, I'll say this because I looked at the statistics of this table I got of racial disparities in home ownership in the state of Wisconsin. And when you look at the population, this is off of 2020. This is from 2020, these numbers. Milwaukee has 577,222 people, according to whatever census they were using. They were talking about the median household income is $41,838. That was in 2019, something that they got from 2019. And the median house value back in 2019 was $122,000. $122,100. So here we go. Like, we are the majority here in the city, but when you start looking at the home ownership, we don't have a high homeowner percentage in the state of Wisconsin. So what I'm saying is, what advantages did we get from integration if we're living in the number one segregated state, which meaning everybody is doing their own thing? Integration meaning we want everybody to be involved. So I got a question of the day. Has integration helped our community or hurt the black community? That's the question of the day. Has integration helped our communities or has it hurt the community? That's the question of the day. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Somebody call in and let me and try to straighten this out. Because we just celebrated MLK and the integration was, Martin Luther King. When you hear the Martin Luther King speech, he wanted young black boys and young, white boys and white girls to hold hands. And not to say that wasn't a good idea, but it's 2026. What have we seen from the integration ideas that have helped? Because when you look on the outskirts, they're segregated. Once you get outside the north side, it's pretty much segregated. Understand what I'm saying? Josh in the chat says, I guess we can't answer that question if Milwaukee never been integrated. We have a unique experience. What I'm saying is the integration is in our neighborhoods and with the business. It is integrated on our side. Everybody is in our neighborhoods. That's integration. You just can't go where they at. You just can't get a business in their community. You just can't start up nothing where they live. But everybody it's integration in our neighborhoods. That's what I'm saying. We see everybody. You can go down the street and see every culture. You can drive a couple blocks and you can see some of everybody. They just got the businesses going. Mo the Elephant says, that's the problem, though. The system has made it so that success for us is individual while communal for other communities. We got Sarah on the lines. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm good, Tori. How are you?
Blessing, Sarah. How has integration helped the community, or has it helped, or has it hurt the community?
I would definitely say it's definitely helps. I think in Milwaukee County, in Wisconsin, probably in general, we need a bit more of it. I definitely learn more things when I decide to explore from my regular area. It's hard, if you're a South Sider, you stay in a certain, even in certain suburbs, in certain area. And you don't even know that there's all this other business and industry in other parts of the city. And it's very interesting getting to know other things and seeing the similarities.
Now, Sarah, what part of the city do you live in?
I live in Greenfield.
Now, in Greenfield, is there a black store where you can go grab, anything? Like, I'm going to go down here to the store. It's a black owner. I want to buy any of his items. Is there a store like that?
I'm not sure. Like a small owned store?
No, just any
or like
store.
corporate?
Just anything. Like a store in the neighborhood that's black owned.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but I'm going to say no.
Okay, but if you could go to a black community, is there a white store where you can grab items on the north side of Milwaukee? That's why I say, the integration in the black community is business, home ownership, land. Like, we go to other people to get things that if I was in Greenfield and I was white, I wouldn't have to go outside my race to do it.
Right. Definitely. That's true now that I'm thinking about it, looking at house projects and stuff that I've been looking at. I'm going to say they probably all are. There are some Latino-owned places, not as much, but everything is a very white-owned in the suburbs. And I myself find myself wanting to not live in the suburbs because of those reasons. So depending on, I guess,
because
the
it's segregated.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely wish it was not as like it is right now.
So you want a more diverse background, where you can live and see multiple cultures.
Definitely, 100%.
Well, you'll definitely like the north side, because there's a lot of that.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely seems a lot more, and even living on the south side for so long, or even like in Bayview and other Walker's Point. Walker's Point is a little more, eclectic, a little more going on, but there's so much more to see of Milwaukee and to learn about. And why are those streets called this? Because, you know what I mean? And it's hard. I don't think they did on purpose, but when the expressway was put in, it completely blocked a lot.
Right, and a lot of the expressways were driven through well-ran black communities as well, but that's a whole government idea that we talk about every now and then. But what I'm saying is, do you largely benefit from segregation, or do you benefit largely from integration?
Definitely integration. I have learned of a lot more resources available to Milwaukee or to all citizens through integration. And when we're holed up just in our worlds, it is kind of you can only see what you already know. When you can't see the light from outside, you don't see that much because you have a skewed perspective, So I definitely recently, I feel I have been brought out to light again.
Okay. That's what's up. I appreciate you for tapping in, Sarah. Thank you for tapping in. Have a blessed day. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy: don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball weekly update on the new 1017 The Truth.
Two big wins to highlight as we start on the boys' side in the blue division. The Golden Meyer Owls went on the road and took down the Milwaukee Reagan Huskies 68-56 behind an unreal performance from their 1-2 punch. Junior forward Chris Reddick was everywhere, posting an absurd double-double with 25 points and 18 rebounds. But somehow that wasn't even the wildest stat line of the night, as senior Caleb Colbert went full video game mode, recording a quadruple-double with 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. And now to the girls on the gold side of the division, as the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats dominated on the road Tuesday night at Carmen Northwest, cruising to a 62-35 win. Junior Josiah Collins led the charge, finishing with a strong double-double of 25 points and 10 rebounds.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball weekly update. MPS proud and MPS strong.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, hey yo, they killed my dog in front of his mama. Right on the front porch of his house, I lost some dogs to the slaughter. But still I'm marching with a cross in my hand. Heart's got the evil of Sodom and Gomorrah. My kids in the projects can't drink the water. And then they wonder why we slaughter.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: has integration helped the community, helped the black community, or hurt the black community? Now, I'll say this. I believe that we believe in integration to the point where we spend our money. They say our money leaves our pockets in the black community. It doesn't circulate like, in 6 hours or something like that? What is that? What is that? Aggregation of the dollars, aggregating dollars. Like, I think that as soon as we get the check, it's gone. It don't even rotate through the neighborhood before it leaves. And it was a whole thing where, 6 hours. They say that it doesn't even hit anything black owned. It's just, as soon as you get it, it then flew out the window. So is that because of integration? I mean, at least the barbershop and the beauty shop may get some of the money. Maybe somebody that's doing fashion may grab some of the money. But as far as like goods and services and things like that, that's not strong enough to where we could circulate the dollars or get something from a car dealership that's black owned. Like, our monies are going faster out of the community than we can get it. That's what they saying. Who dollars circulate the longest? What community circulates the dollar the longest in the neighborhoods before it leaves the neighborhood? What community is that? Andrew looking that up.
Would you like to take a guess?
No, I'm just asking. I kind of know, but I don't want to say it because then people going, I'd rather for you to look it up and say it.
The Asian community, 28 days.
Okay, so Asian community is 28 days. It circulates 28 days, which means that they spend their dollars. LaRon Taylor, the Jews, he said the Jews, but
19 days.
The Jews' dollars circulate 19 days. Asian is 28 days. Who else?
That is the big one. It's Asian community number one, Jewish community number two, distantly in last place.
Okay. We had 6 hours. And the Asians' dollars circulate 28 days, which creates wealth, which starts to create the wealth, and then they get our dollars on top of that to add to that. So not only is their money circulating, our money is circulating over there too. Like it's wild because if it's leaving our community in 6 hours, it's got to be adding to their wealth base. Josh in the chat says, Asians keep their money in home. That makes sense. So we not practicing economics correctly. That's all I'm saying. And in order to build stability and generational wealth, you got to circulate your dollars within your community so many days so you can take advantage of the economics that's happening. That's a part of understanding economics. So, hey, if that's not happening, here we go. How you going to create generational wealth? They thinking they're going to hit the lottery. They say African-American dollars adds to everybody's wealth base. So is that integration? Because before integration, that we were circulating the dollars pretty well in black communities. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So is integration hurting our community or is it helping? 833-212-1017. 77 Ken Rue says, to me, King did more harm than good here in the South. Well, I'll say this. To some, King was powerful. But integration kind of was the question. And I think Harry Belafonte was a close friend of Martin Luther King. And he said that King said that he thought he walked his people into a burning house. And the burning house that Belafonte was trying to say that was the burning house was the economics, where the money was going into a burning house because we were going to burn our resources to help other resources. So that to me made more sense when I heard that Belafonte said that Martin Luther King made a statement that he probably walked his people into a burning house. That could have been meant financially. So, but if you want to add to the conversation, 833-212-1017. 6501 says, she missed the point. If you have to leave your community to get anything outside of what you need, it's segregated. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Day 1, diagnosis day, the hardest day, the day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The trade rumors around Giannis Antetokounmpo haven't cooled down, with multiple teams rumored to be making moves to acquire the two-time MVP. The Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, and New York Knicks, as well as the Golden State Warriors, are among the serious suitors for Antetokounmpo, league sources have told Shams Charania. Milwaukee Bucks take on the Washington Wizards tonight, aiming to halt their 3-game slide. The Bucks have gone 14-15 against Eastern Conference opponents. Milwaukee has a 4-6 record in one-possession games. And the Wisconsin Badgers woke up in the second half, beating Minnesota 67-63 at the Kohl Center last night. The 18-point comeback tied a school record for the largest second-half comeback since at least 1945. With the win, the Badgers have now beaten the Gophers 11 times in a row, setting a new program record. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank. Proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's like a slaughterhouse, and we need a water drought. They tryna wipe us out. We out here fighting for the people. We out here fighting for the people. What we doing? We out here fighting for the people.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: Has integration helped or hurt the black community? 833-212-1017. We got Al on the lines. How you doing, Al?
I'm all right. I think segregation is okay for now, because where we are right now, to have a segregated community would be pure hell. Number one, black people don't have the value for one another. So if they had black owned, they'd probably be robbed by one of their own.
Oh wow!
And then somebody would get over here crying, "Oh my God, I'm sorry," about somebody else's uncontrollable black ass children that they ain't raising. We make excuses for bull sugar honey iced tea. And then here's the thing: oh, it's hood over here. You don't live in the hood. You live in a neighborhood. So the mindset wouldn't work. Furthermore, if it was segregated, you got too many goddamn double agents who look like you, who would probably sell you off to the white man just to get a used Cadillac with a service soon light on. That ain't gonna work. And then when you look at the suburban neighborhoods, it is a certain culture that's not allowed. Shouldn't nobody be crying over no raggedy ass Kia boy. Shouldn't nobody be they do not do neighborhoods cleanups in nice neighborhoods. Okay? You don't see nobody sitting here talking about, oh, it's the hood. Don't talk to my child. But your little daughter is walking the streets at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning so them 10 boys can run a train on her mouth so she can grow up and be a little whore and go to church on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So that would not work. Look at our neighborhoods. And then furthermore, the reason why some of people don't own stuff in our neighborhoods, number one, some people don't want the responsibility. Number two, some of them don't want to go through the levels to get what they want. Number three, if they value one another, they wouldn't tell these black businesses, if I've got to pay you, I can go pay the white man. Well, go pay that white man and pay triple. So there's a lot of things that's going on in black neighborhoods. And the reason it's not black people don't want to live around white people. Black people want peace in mind, and they're not making no excuses for no N-word sugar honey iced tea. Why should a black person settle when they go to work? Why should a black person have to take a loss because somebody don't want to raise their black-ass nigga children? And then they say, oh, well, it's just a car. Yeah, it's a car that your black ass didn't work and pay for. Mama did not go to welfare and urinate kids and sit on her ass and wait for a welfare check and say, I need a man in my house. So there's certain things in our culture that's allowed. And that's why having it segregated would never work. I mean, come on now. I have mixed people in my neighborhood, and I'm not picking up no diapers from them. They clean out their garbage cans. Ain't nobody driving down the street 60, 70 miles an hour, and if they hit your car, you say you got insurance. Oh, don't worry about that.
Oh, wow. Al had to get that off his chest today. That's what Josh said in the chat. Hey, 833-212-1017. Devon. Devon. How you doing, Devon?
I'm doing all right, Taylor. How you doing?
Hey, we talking about integration. Has integration helped? Has integration hurt?
In my opinion, I think it hurt because now you got so many cultures coming in and just taking and pretty much raping our culture and leaving us with nothing.
And when you talk about coming in, what do you mean? Like business wise, home ownership wise?
All over. Because I grew up in Memphis. My dad when he came up, he said Beale Street was all black. Everybody came from miles around for the bakeries, the tailorships, craftsmanship, and all that. Now, fast forward to today, Beale Street is 100% white. Every club, every restaurant on that street is white owned.
And what do you think happened? What do you think how do you think it got that way?
Because we didn't stick together as a community. We didn't stick together. We didn't stick together at all.
We started looking outside the community.
In Memphis, a lot of neighborhoods in Memphis that are predominantly black. We were so quick to try to run and get to the suburbs. The whites came in. Now you got North Memphis, South Memphis. They white men. They're gentrified.
Wow.
You go a block over from Beale Street in downtown Memphis, you got $1 million condos. And it used to be the hood probably 20 years ago.
Gentrification.
Yeah, at its finest. Now we can't get back in there at all.
So was the council members black or white?
At that time, I probably had to check with my dad, but probably mostly white.
So in black communities, they had white council members representing their districts.
Yeah, for the most part, yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, even if you go across the state line in Mississippi, we were so quick to get out the cotton fields that, hey, we left them behind, but now cotton's still $1 million business. Cotton's still king.
They still selling cotton now.
We shouldn't have left it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still king. We should have. Hey, we were growing it already. We knew the experts on it. Hey, we should have came together. Hey, man, we can take over the business.
Well, when you don't create an industry for your people to work or a system where your people can work, then you have to work for other people. So instead of creating our own systems, many times when we created our own systems, those communities were ruined by the government.
Yeah, to a certain point. Like I said, if you'd have stuck together, the government would have bagged off. Like I told my brother, kind of like hip hop. We let too many people in, and look who we got now. We got the Sexy Reds and all this other garbage versus the golden age. Yeah, it's Clan, Grand Poobah, Public Enemy, Queen Latifah. But now we let too many people in, and look who we got. We got garbage now.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for tapping in. That's that integration, I guess. I guess when you let, a bunch of different ideas in, after 6 hours, all the money gone. Tally. How you doing, Tally?
What's going on, brother? Sorry. So, integration was one of the worst things we could have done in this country as black people. If we remember, before we integrated, we had our own towns, we had our own hospitals, we had our own businesses, we were doing our own thing. only thing that I can say positive about the fact of integration, if at all, is the fact that we didn't have to worry about them coming and tearing our stuff down. Because we were integrated with them and they weren't going to come and tear their stuff down. So that was the only best part about it.
So they weren't going to burn down the community if they had a store in it.
Exactly. So that was one of the worst things we could have done, was integrate with people that didn't really want to integrate with us in the beginning in the first place, which is why we had all black colleges and different things going on, because they didn't want to integrate. They didn't want to be in the same spaces as us. Would it work? Would separation now work? Probably not. They'll probably do the same thing they've been doing. But, yeah, integration is one of the worst things as a community that we could have done. We were more together than before integration. Now, when we got integration and we got, you know, in the proximity of, I hate to say it, white people, we forgot who we were. So we loved each other at first, and then when we integrated with these people and tried to, you know, be in the same circles, with the proximity to them, caused us to forget who we were as a people. And we started hating each other, and we started loving them more than we loved ourselves. So, yes, definitely caused self-hatred with the integration for sure. Because once we got the proximity to white people, it was like, forget us, like we're where we need to be, and that's near them. And we thought assimilating with them and being with them would cause us to be in a better position, and all it's done is made it worse.
Hey, a lot of young people are, you know, asking these tough questions, and I'm happy that we're having a conversation, because that's how I came to this conversation today, because some young people asked me, you know, why can't they go and deal with the black community the way other communities are dealing with each other? And, you know, I just can only say, hey, look, we could create something, but we lost a lot due to history over the history. Now, it ain't like it always been like this. In the 60s and the 50s and the things like that, these communities, we had high-functioning neighborhoods. So the government had a hand in it. Social engineering had a hand in it. It wasn't like people just said, you know what, forget this and forget that. A lot of social engineering took place along the way to get to this point. But when we come back, we got Eddie on the lines. We're going to talk to Eddie. We got some talk to text. We got some chat. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo! You just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 101.7thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Severe flooding from hurricanes and other serious storms frequently damage cars. However, some of these flooded vehicles will end up back on car lots or for sale online, with no indication they were submerged in floodwaters. If you are in the market for a used vehicle, make sure you are buying from a reputable dealership and use the National Insurance Crime Bureau's free online VIN-check service to help verify the car's history. If you suspect fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In the news, another kin of the kid shot. I'm gonna make a change for the better. The revolution now is the time we get it together. I made peace with self, now I'm healed and ready. Illuminating from within, I'm prepared and ready. Got my boots strapped, lock and loaded, ready for war. About to take back the corners in the grocery store. Trying to say today I got the cap with a hole in it. Straight out the project, so you know I'm a menace. About to hit the block hard, non-stop till we finish. I'm the cure for the crisis, black, Bob, that and righteous. Let's go for the children. Here I come to save the day. No excuses, ain't no more.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. We've been talking about integration. Has it helped? Has it hurt? We got a poll in the chat. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. If you're in the chat, where we at with the polls, Andrew? What are the polls saying right now?
68% say it's hurt, Tori.
68% said it hurt. We got Eddie on the lines. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good day, Tori Lowe. How you doing?
Hey,
How you doing today?
Eddie, you came from a pretty, River Hills or River West? A pretty diverse neighborhood.
River Hills and River West are diametrically opposed. One is the wealthiest community probably in the state, and the other one not so wealthy, if you know what I mean.
It's kind of
River
diverse.
West isn't that wealthy.
Is River West diverse?
It is diverse, and River Hills is only because pro athletes on the Bucks live there and some of the Packers, okay? That's the diversity that they're looking for. You know what I mean? Somebody can afford a $4 million house.
Oh, wow.
Like Giannis, right? So anyway, let me say this. I know I'm supposed to. People want me to tread lightly because I'm a white guy on the subject. The last caller just said integration isn't working for the culture, and it's not. But it's not that it isn't meant to work. We have a long list of highly successful African-American men, families, that have made it. It's a mindset, Tori.
And when you say made it into what? Assimilation into Western culture? What is making it? When you say made it,
well,
what
first
do you
of
mean?
all,
like when you just said made it, what do you mean? Financially, what do you mean?
Financially they've had successful careers. They maintain a household. Their kids are going to college. The American dream, Tori.
So as individuals,
now, when you say
they became successful. Like as individuals, they were able to overcome.
You can be black and successful.
No, I'm not saying
that. It only takes one black.
I'm talking about community as a whole, integration versus segregation. There's a lot of individuals that have done amazing things. But overall, as a culture, when you talk in that space, then you get to talk in the overall numbers, and then you see the issue many times when people state about integration and segregation. That conversation largely depends on the overall body of your community.
Okay. You had just said something about a minute ago, and I want to address that quick.
Go ahead.
You're talking about Western culture standards, right?
Well, you said
guess what?
making
You live in the
so
West.
by what standard? Great. So I was just trying to figure out what standard you was using.
Tori, you live in the West. You drive a car. It might be a Cadillac. He was a French explorer. It might be a Ford, Henry Ford, out of Detroit, right? You're integrating. You're wearing Nike tennis shoes. My best friends used to work with the guy who owns Nike. He used to be a track coach at Oregon, I believe, right? And my buddy ran track at Oregon. So black people are buying into Western white culture, if you like it or not. You're wearing Nikes,
We control
you're
the
wearing McDonald's.
culture. Whatever we do is trendy. Whatever we do is popular.
I've never agreed with that, but
You
go
don't have
ahead
to
if you need to
agree with
believe
it.
that. That's
No, it's
fantastic.
just what it
Here's
is.
the thing, Tori. Here's the thing. Let's say that's all good and well. Let's say, as a whole, we have about 45 million African Americans in the whole country. Okay, everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be a basketball
everybody
player, right?
can't invent something without the patent being stolen. Okay, so what I'm saying
I
is
guess that can happen.
there's a lot of inventors that got their patent stolen, and they didn't get the credit for it that were black. So that's not rapper and all that.
Okay.
We've made generational wealth for a lot of different people that stole ideas from black inventors. So let's not forget that conversation at all. Let's not.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
I'm just saying.
You know what?
I'm just talking.
This is like a rodeo, and you and your buddy are going to hog tie me. I get what's
I'm not
going on
trying
with
to
this
hog tie
conversation.
you. I'm just
Tori.
trying to tell you that when it comes to integration and segregation, when you talk about the culture, you got to talk about it overall. So I'm just saying.
Well, Andy's going to cut me off so I don't get my rebuttal.
Hey, that's your
is
boy.
that what it is?
That's your boy.
Yeah, I know. Really? Jesus. Okay. I just want to say this. Anybody can do it. Nobody's holding anybody back. There are no secret meetings to keep people down. I'm telling you, if you have a positive, proactive attitude towards anybody, 99% of all people are going to like you, respect you, and help you out. So on that note, I got to go. I'm kind of hurt that you're cutting me off so early, but tomorrow's another day, Tori. You know,
Don't blame me.
With the right counseling, I'll learn how to forgive you. You need to talk to your producer, Tori. You need to talk to him. Bye-bye.
All right, Eddie. Oh, wow. Here we go. Let's get Eastside Corey on the lines. Eastside Corey.
Get on out of here, Eddie.
How you doing?
Get out.
How you
Eddie,
doing,
get on,
Eastside?
dance on out of here. Get the hook. Get that little man I saw on as the Apollo. Get the hook on him right now.
Get the Sandman in.
Eddie. I love me some Eddie, but Eddie, you're so right. You wrong. 159%. We got it upside down and backwards, my friend. Everything black people do, we excel. We have conquered football, conquered basketball, conquered anything that we find interesting and challenging. We're better minded. We're better skilled. We just come like that. It's the way God made his original people out of the earth. Black men and black women. Hello. That's the motherland. That's where we all come from. You are a derivative. You are less than. You're a mutant of blackness. You have lack of melanin. Okay? We have all the melanin because we're meant to absorb the sun and be energized. You hear me? Now, what's going to happen is, what always happens is, whenever they start feeling down or less than us, which is probably pretty often, with everything they throw at us, that's when they get scared. And they start this weird thing where they got to control everything. We didn't invent the way we socialize. We didn't invent slavery. We didn't invent not being able to read. We had to invent our own schools. We had to invent our own philosophy. We had to go back and figure out where we came from all by ourselves. Thank you very much. And now, where would this country be without rock and roll? Where would it be without jazz? Where would it be without politics? We invented that. Stupid. Okay? I mean, I'm sitting here with a lump in my throat thinking about Giannis leaving us. It's like our son leaving the home. Now, he's black, but he's also Greek. But he's also more cultured than anybody that I know. He's a decent human being. He's He's not just a basketball player that excels at everything he does. He's a family man. He's a representation of something good. We need at least 10, 20 more of him. And we would have that if some of our brothers weren't incarcerated. You hear me? That's what's going on. That's what's real. Now, you need some painters. You need some architects. You need whatever, Eddie. I'm not a house painter, but I'm an artist. And now I got this AI breathing down my neck where you hit a button and you get what you want. It's too easy. And it's never going to be from a heart and soul of a black person. Okay? Me. It comes from, that's where art comes from. We invent that. Culture. We are moving culture. Everything we do is culture, man. The way we talk, the way we walk, our style. And y'all want it so bad. And once you get a taste of it, you can't get enough. But you never give us the credit that we're due. Because we don't demand it. I'm demanding it right now, okay? You better show a little bit more respect when you get on this radio station because it's by the grace of God that we allow you to even have a voice in the midst of all this blackness. All right? Did I say it right
now? Say it again.
Okay? Stay out of the way of the ICE folk. That's not our fight, but observe and learn how they treat each other because they're going to treat us worse. Okay, white people? Now you know what it's like to be treated like an N-word. Now you know. Don't like it, do you? All your choices are thrown away. You're put into some kind of category. You're fighting for your life. You're fighting for your life. That's us every single day. Almost cut.
Oh, wow.
Okay? That's what I'm saying, man. And you, Tori, are the epitome of what a real black man is supposed to be. A family man. Somebody has some structure, some rules, some regulations, a moral compass. Didn't come from anywhere but your soul and your gene pool. Hello? Now invent that.
Puff.
Love you. Shout out to my queen, too, when she comes on the air. I love you, queen. Love you, Tori.
Hey, love you, too,
I love you, too, Eddie. Bye-bye.
All right. God bless you, Eastside. Hey, look, like I said, these are conversations that we're blessed to have, and on my show, I do allow people to come in and give their, side unless they get to talking out the side of their neck. But like I said, y'all need to hear other ideas, too. So, that's why I don't shut it off. That's why I never shut it off, because I think sometimes we need to have that real conversation and people need to add their input so we can hear. But they say you got to listen first so you know what to do. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion, Truth Nation. We got Jeffrey Johnson on the lines. We're going to talk to Jeffrey Johnson. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Low Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Low Show. And I want to head over to Minnesota. There's a couple things going on in Minnesota that we got to talk about. Alex Preddy. Alex Preddy was the guy that was shot in Minnesota by ICE. But now they're saying there's a new video that shows Alex clashing with federal agents 11 days before the shooting, where he spit at the ICE agent and he kicked off a tail light. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got some video on this. Let's listen. Okay, well, no, it's a news article, not this one. Now, this is the second angle. We want the news article. This is, well, let this play. Run this back while we watching it because it's already playing. This is the, he's swearing, so we can't play the audio on this one. But he kind of is yelling at the ICE agent. He spits at the agent, and then he kicks off the back tail light. Only reason we can't play the audio on this is because it has a lot of swearing on it. But let's get to the news article where they can tell a little bit more of the detail on what was happening in the video. If you watch this, we broadcast live. Do we have that video up? Let's listen.
I'm not so interested in a shift of tone. We just need them out of here, and we need accountability for what's happened.
Right. This morning, Governor Tim Walz paying his respects at the site where 37-year-old VA ICU nurse Alex Preddy was shot and killed just days ago, calling for accountability. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison calling for more people to peacefully protest aggressive immigration tactics he says are plainly seen on the streets of Minneapolis.
The real justice and the real freedom and the real true democracy will be because you go out in the street and demonstrate and say no to this oppression.
In a report just submitted to Congress, we are learning critical new details about that shooting. That a Border Patrol agent and a Customs and Border Protection officer fired the 10 shots in 5 seconds that ended Alex Preddy's life. Both now placed on what officials stress is routine administrative leave after a shooting. However, when a Border Patrol agent shot Marimar Martinez 5 times in Chicago last fall, that agent testified in federal court he was back on the job within days of the shooting and was never...
Well, this is where I say no matter what he did 11 days ago, whatever he did 11 days ago, I don't still think that justifies him being shot the day that he's actually was shot. I don't believe that no matter what somebody did a couple days before, you always got to weigh a situation at the time of the situation. Was this shooting just? And a lot of people have came to the conclusion that even if he had a gun, and this is white people now, like we've had these conversations about community members right here in the city of Milwaukee. This is somebody that had a gun on him at a protest. They're saying he had a gun and that they shot him several times. I don't believe that that's a reason to shoot somebody. You know, if they're not a threat, an immediate threat, an imminent threat at the time, I don't care what they have, you should be able to have skill to get them under control and make the arrest or get them in your custody if you are a trained officer. And a lot of people saying these ICE agents are not as trained as regular local officers. I don't know what training you got to go through to be an ICE agent. But I don't care who you are. If you're not the immediate threat or there's not an immediate life-threatening situation going on, I believe that they should have had, some type of training to kind of apprehend people if they're not pointing a gun ready to shoot or getting in a situation where if it's life or death. And I didn't see life or death in that situation where he was shot. I did not see a life or death situation. That's all I'm saying. But there was a video of him previously, and I think it was a news article, and I sent this news article to you. I don't know, Andrew, if it's the same that I know the YouTube one, you got the YouTube one, but there is a news article on what took place. And so where I'm saying is they got this video from 11 days ago where he is acting up. He was acting up and swearing at an agent, and when the agent went to drive off, he kicked the back taillight off the truck. And not only did he kick the back taillight off the truck, before that, he spit at one of the agents. So they wrestled him to the ground, had his, I guess one of his ribs got damaged. So he got some sore ribs from the encounter 11 days before that. And now this is what's making its rounds on social media. And they do this to black people all the time. They do this to black people all the time. They always bring up the past. When they do things to us, they always say, well, he had a criminal history. So, the images that they put out there of us being, in this case, Alex Preddy, they're saying that he was in the medical field. He was a nice guy. And when they show these type of videos, when they go back and show him being aggressive and things like that, they're trying to let you know that this person wasn't as sweet as they trying to present this person to be. This person actually was a rebel rouser to a certain degree. But at the moment of when somebody is shot, you got to calculate just those circumstances between the shooting. And this is where I may not like people being out at the protest, getting close. Alex Preddy definitely went against everything I said you should do at a protest. He definitely did. But do that still warrant him losing his life? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that people should die if you can apprehend them and let them face the charges in court. And now it's like I'm going to shoot first and kill somebody because I don't like what their behavior is presenting, but yet it's not life-threatening. And I don't like that kind of killing. But we finally have the news article on what took place with this. I guess this is the footage of 11 days before the shooting. Andrew, what is this? Okay, let's listen.
A documentary crew on January 13th, the man appearing to be Preddy spits at federal agents and then kicks the vehicle, breaking the back light. An agent then gets out of the car, runs after him. There's a struggle, and then pushes the man to the ground. The man appearing to be Preddy can also be seen with a handgun in his waistband. The Department of Homeland Security says it is reviewing this video.
Now, I had to pause this video because everybody kept saying that this was AI. And I've been dealing with AI for a second. So I've been, kind of understanding how AI kind of functions. So I stopped this video at certain points just to zoom in and see, was it AI, you know, especially at the back where he kicked the tail light. And I had to zoom in and see that, okay, this was a real video because it looked like in fast motion that when he kicked the back tail light, that he kicked off some metal from the car, which would be something that AI would not, you know, be accurate on. If he kicked off the tail light, it would show damage with the frame. But actually, when I zoomed in, it was all the tail light encasing. It's where the tail light would actually fit. So I was like, okay, that's too detailed for it to be AI in my eyes. So there was some confirmation that his family said that was him. Kawanda says, I'm just confused or not understanding why this video wasn't released when all the other videos were released. Sounds this was a retaliation murder, or did they go back looking for him? Well, I'll say this. Minnesota is not that big. And so you kind of stick out in the protests. Like if you're a regular agitator, you get on the list real quick. I was on the list real quick in the city. It didn't take but a couple rallies for me to get on the bad list. Like, I mean, I can't even tell y'all certain things because I don't want nobody to really know how I get my information. But what I'm saying is I made the list in no time because everybody that come to the protests ain't who they say they is. Some people going back and giving information to the other side. But I get some information from the other side too, so it is what it is. What I'm saying is he could have got on the list and he spit. They got him on video spitting at an ICE agent, and it was a small crowd, so they probably marked him down. Hey, this is a guy that he's out here trying to spit on people. Hey, they let him go too. They didn't even arrest him when he first did it. If that was me and I had spit at an agent and I kicked off the back tail light, I would have been up under the jail. They let him go. So, like I said, I think that they're trying to let people know that he wasn't the angel that everybody kind of tried to make him out to be. You know, I think that this was a strategy to lessen who he actually was or what they were presenting. Also, there's another situation going on with Alien Omar, Rep. Alien Omar, that was sprayed with a substance in the Minnesota town hall. The investigation where a man came at the representative and kind of squirted something at her at a press conference. This is making its rounds on social media. It's a lot going on in Minnesota. But they're investigating a man that tried to attack Rep. Omar, and she had a lot of words to say afterwards, but a lot of people saying it was staged. Let's listen.
We're here at the Hennepin County Jail where right now 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierczak is being held. Minneapolis police tell me the FBI is now leading the investigation. Formal charges have not yet been filed against Kazmierczak, who's accused of using a syringe to spray an unknown substance on Democratic U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar during her Minneapolis town hall on Tuesday. A spokesperson for Representative Omar tells us she had no known prior contact with him. The 55-year-old also has no recent criminal history in Minnesota. Kazmierczak appears to live in Minneapolis, per state records, and his social media footprint shows support for President Donald Trump and criticism of former President Joe Biden. In one post, referring to Democrats as, quote, angry and liars. Several other posts are racially charged. Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty briefly remarked on the case during a virtual community briefing about immigration enforcement activity.
What I can report is we are working with law enforcement on that, the Minneapolis Police Department. I believe the preliminary reports we have is that what was sprayed on people was not toxic. We are reviewing our charging options, and I'm also hearing that the federal government might charge the man as well.
All right, so what I'm seeing is that somebody jumped up to attack the representative. And when he jumped to attack her, he took one step forward, squirted her with what they now are saying is apple cider vinegar. This is what reports are saying. And then he bagged up. He didn't attack. He had a clear shot at her. He started bagging up into the hands of security. So, like I said, there's a lot going on in Minnesota. And I want to make sure that we keep everybody up to speed on what's going on in Minnesota. But it's a circus. It's a circus. Who would go and try to attack somebody with some apple cider vinegar if that's the case? Allegedly, they're saying that he squirted her with apple cider vinegar. First, it was an unknown substance, but who would take the time, sit in the front? When you're sitting in the front, she's about to make a speech. You can see where the security at. You can see where she at. You had a straight line to this woman. You spray her with some apple cider vinegar. You back up into the hands of the security. She comes after you. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It just kind of looked like a lot of theater going on. Let's see. Hopefully we could get to the bottom of what happened with that situation, because I would hate if it was not a real incident, if it was just staged to kind of divert some of the attention away from the fraud that's going on, because she's also being investigated for other things that's going on in Minnesota too. So I don't know. Sometimes when I watch these TV shows and see people do things, I don't know. That's why a lot of people thought that what happened with Alex Preddy was an AI video. You know what I mean? And it's legit. It's legit. Like, to think that something is AI at this point. But it was definitely not AI. A lot of people are saying that this incident was staged with the guy spraying the apple cider vinegar, and then they said he wasn't even charged yet. Hey, what charges do we got, Andrew? Does he even have any charges? Yeah, let's see if we got. I didn't see any. So when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's homecoming for the Milwaukee Panthers. Tune in Friday night as the Milwaukee Panthers host the Wright State Raiders at the UWM Panther Arena.
Jackson step back three is good. See Jack buries it. Panthers got to close strong. Kone with a strong move right down Main Street.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Since 1976, Community Advocates has helped Milwaukee residents meet their basic needs, enabling them to live with dignity and hope. Today, Community Advocates offer 40 specialized programs that addresses rental housing challenges, energy assistance, domestic violence, substance misuse, and more. Their commitment is to ensure individuals and families have access to essential resources and opportunities for a better quality of life. If you need help, go to communityadvocates.net. That's communityadvocates.net.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 1017 The Truth.
Two big wins to highlight as we start on the boys' side in the Blue Division. The Golden Meyer Owls went on the road and took down the Milwaukee Reagan Huskies 68-56 behind an unreal performance from their 1-2 punch. Junior forward Chris Reddick was everywhere, posting an absurd double-double with 25 points and 18 rebounds. But somehow that wasn't even the wildest stat line of the night, as senior Caleb Colbert went full video game mode, recording a quadruple-double with 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. And now to the girls on the gold side of the division, as the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats dominated on the road Tuesday night at Carmen Northwest, cruising to a 62-35 win. Junior Josiah Collins led the charge, finishing with a strong double-double of 25 points and 10 rebounds.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update. MPS proud and MPS strong. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Look, we was over in Minnesota. I think the last thing I asked Andrew to do is try to look up what exact charges was the man that tried to step to Democratic Rep Omar, and I wanted to know what he was getting charged with from the DOJ.
Third-degree assault, Tory.
Third-degree assault. Which is a misdemeanor.
It is a misdemeanor.
Is there any fines?
I don't know the fines yet for him, but the DOJ is prosecuting.
Okay, so it's a misdemeanor, right? And the fine probably, if they even add a fine to it, it's like I said, a lot of people are raising the eyebrow. Was that a real situation? Was that a true attack? And you can't believe a lot of stuff that's going on all sides. A lot of stuff is to sway people or to distract people. So we'll keep a lookout on what all of this is in Minnesota. A lot of people was thinking that a lot of the circus was going to hit the Milwaukee streets, with ICE. A lot of people was kind of making up fraudulent posts about ICE doing this and that in the city, and we found out that a lot of that was fraudulent. I did play some audio from some people that were boots on the ground that had came forward and said, hey, look, these are not legitimate claims. But like I said, you got to realize Minnesota got a lot of different moving parts going on. They got immigration issues, but they got a huge fraud issue. And then they got political ideas that are under investigation too. And we got somebody that's working in MPS that came from Minnesota that's under investigation for $25 million right here in the city. So it's more stuff going on than just, people getting shot and dying from ICE. And under Obama, people died under ICE. People, matter of fact, the guy who's running the Trump administration with the ICE situations and stuff like that, he was the same thing. He was the same person under Obama. And nobody said nothing when all this stuff was happening under Obama. I guess they were saying an estimate like 56 people died under Obama during, deportations and stuff. 56 people around there have died. Matter of fact, some questions came up about Obama and who is the king of deportation, Obama, and he had something to say about it back in 2013. Let's hear what Obama had to say back in 2013 about this ICE situation.
I'm the President of the United States. I'm not the Emperor of the United States. My job is to execute laws that are passed. And Congress right now has not changed what I consider to be a broken immigration system. Mm-hmm. And what that means is that we have certain obligations to enforce the laws that are in place, even if we think that in many cases the results may be tragic. There are going to be some stories that break our hearts. And more importantly, we're going to continue to have an economy that is stifled by a really inefficient system where not only are we deporting folks, but we also have a legal immigration system that is so bottlenecked that it forces sometimes people into the illegal system.
All right, so Obama even had to come to the carpet a little bit to explain all of the stuff he was doing. But you don't see people out, you didn't see the Democrats out there with the cameras and stuff like that. So it ain't like this is the first time this been going on. And it don't matter if you're donkey gang or elephant gang, you're going to make excuses for your side. But what I'm saying is this has been going on. Now, when I see the fraud element in Minnesota, I think that's an added element to the hype, and that Tim Walz and the mayor of Minneapolis and this representative, Omar, she's in there too. All of these people have some ties, or they saying that they have allegedly some knowledge to whatever the fraud was that was going on. So we just sitting back with the popcorn and watching that. And then you got a white male, Alex, and a white woman, Renee, that have died in the process. And now you got a bunch of people upset, high blood pressure, because nobody likes to see people losing their life in situations like this. But like I said, this is nothing new. It's been going on. It's just a spotlight because y'all hate Donald Trump. You know, it's y'all don't like Trump. So hey, you know, it's got a spotlight on it. All I'm saying is if you're gonna get out there and you gonna do these type of protests, stand back. It looked like Alex didn't take the advice. It looked like he was kicking on the vehicles. And it looked like he was spitting at agents. Now, does that mean that he deserved to die? That don't mean that he deserves to die. That means that he needs to get locked up and go through the court process and be, you know, criminally charged. I don't believe that he should have lost his life. I'm not one of those people that say, you know, how they used to do black people when we said black people was getting shot innocent and people saying they wasn't complying. I'm not doing that. Oh, they didn't comply. They should have listened. They shouldn't have ran. I'm not gonna do all of that. I don't think nobody should have lost their life in certain circumstances if they're not an immediate threat. And that's my stance on it. I don't care if it's Alex, Renee. I don't care if it's Derek Williams, Terry Williams, Joel Acevedo. Doesn't matter. They shouldn't have lost their life. They should have been alive. And if they were doing anything illegal, they should have been able to face the court system. And that's my stance on it all across the board. We got Miss C on the lines. How you doing, Miss C?
Hey, how you doing, Tory Lowe? You remember I was telling you about invaders coming in?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So I leave yesterday and go make a few runs. I come back home and relax. All of a sudden, during the course of the night, somebody's phone is in my apartment going off. Still going off. But I wanted to reach you before I called the police.
You got the phone in your hand?
It's in there in the living room where he left it. I ain't touched it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to have to stop and see what's going on. If it's a phone.
Well, because he lives upstairs. He went to going bananas 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know, man, how did I lose? How can I do it? How can I leave it? You know.
So you saying the phone is in your front room?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stop over there.
I'm not at the same place now.
Oh, you're not at the same building. Well, leave Andrew your address, and then I'm gonna give you a call when I get off the show, and I'm gonna come see what's going on with the phone.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, look, Truth Nation. All I'm saying is, when it came to all of this immigration stuff, the guy that's working over Trump's immigration is the guy that's working that worked with the Obama administration, and Obama gave him a medal. That's it. You know, same guy. Look, do we got time to take another call? G? How you doing, G?
How you doing? Hey, Trey, you know what? I know everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I just think it's kind of wrong to say that was staged.
I said that they said it was staged online. Yeah.
Who was they?
The people that comment on the whole situation. I watch a lot of stuff. I get a lot of information, and a lot of people, just like they thought that Alex's situation was AI, they thought that was AI. Then they thought that her situation was staged as well.
Yeah, I think that's a shame for people to that social media. I don't do social media, but I just think it's a shame. I don't, but I just think it's a shame that people make stuff up and say something is staged.
Or AI.
Okay, that man had an altercation. I guess who knows what happened before that? When I guess he kicked the tail light out of a vehicle,
and he spit at an agent.
He spit at the vehicle, not to shoot that man in the back was wrong.
Well, they shouldn't have shot him. They shouldn't have shot him. I don't believe.
In the back, unarmed.
There's so many black people that have died that way. I don't agree with it in any kind of way.
I agree with that.
It ain't just him.
The difference is, Tory, these guys are walking around with masks. And when did Obama, if they were deporting people, where people were murdered in the street and the aliens were walking around with masks? That's a big difference. They won't even identify themselves. They're beating up people and doing all kind of stuff. And maybe Obama deported more people, but if you want to call it, it was a totally different situation.
Well, nobody knows because nobody was following them around.
No,
it's the same guy. It's the same guy calling the shots.
No, they're walking around with masks on, Tori.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, hold on, listen. I'm saying it's the same guy that worked for Obama that's calling the shots. They working for the same person, G. That's what I'm saying. He got a medal from Obama. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I wasn't there. Nobody was running around with cameras chasing down ICE back then. We don't know what happened. You wasn't there. You don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. We just only know now because now they're running around with the cameras on ICE. But I still don't believe he should have got shot. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When the winter chill sets in, Milwaukee turns up the wonder. From January 22nd to February 1st, 2026, Milwaukee Museum Days invites you to unlock the city's cultural treasures at special admission prices, up to 25% off many top attractions. Explore world-class art, local history, hands-on science, and one-of-a-kind Milwaukee experiences. Pair your museum visits with Milwaukee Hotel Month deals for the ultimate winter escape. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/museum days.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the second annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Despite the fact that Black Americans drink about the same amount of spirits as their white counterparts, they only make up a small portion of those in charge of spirits companies. That's according to research done by Pronghorn, a firm that's investing in Black-owned spirits brands and works to help Black people in the industry reach leadership positions. Dia Sims is co-founder of the initiative and says the work it's doing for the spirit space can translate to any industry.
We're building it open code so that the same methodology could be applied to left-handed unicorns that want to get into oil, right? It could be to all veterans that are 6'5" that want to get into tech, right? It's much more around what's the map, the process, the training, the zip codes, the information, the inputs, the outputs, and the measurement that actually drives success.
Pronghorn has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in Black-owned spirits companies. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This is Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The trade rumors around Giannis Antetokounmpo haven't cooled down, with multiple teams rumored to be making moves to acquire the two-time MVP. The Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, and New York Knicks, as well as the Golden State Warriors, are among the serious suitors for Antetokounmpo, league sources have told Shams Charania. Milwaukee Bucks take on the Washington Wizards tonight, aiming to halt their three-game slide. The Bucks have gone 14-15 against Eastern Conference opponents. Milwaukee has a 4-6 record in one-possession games. And the Wisconsin Badgers woke up in the second half, beating Minnesota 67-63 at the Kohl Center last night. The 18-point comeback tied a school record for the largest second-half comeback since at least 1945. With the win, the Badgers have now beaten the Gophers 11 times in a row, setting a new program record. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank. Proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Turn pain into pleasure. The man turn to dog turn to shepherd. He getting the lost ones together. Trying to tell them the truth, tell them they can do better. Low in the streets, you better know it's for the people. Trying to take the village back from the villains, let them know it's a sequel. That boy heart so big, he can't even fit inside a regal. No fraud, no tricks, no deceit, no evil. Tory Lowe.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Joining me as we broadcast live, advocate author Elizabeth Brown. Hey, how you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. The question of the day was, has integration helped or hurt our communities?
Hurt? Absolutely. Hurt our communities. Always have, always will. Again, we haven't benefited. You know, those of us who are Black African Americans, quote unquote, and I say that lightly, again, that we haven't seen any benefit. Outside, the harm has been on us. It has pushed us farther and farther at the end of the line. And again, I mean, look at the economics. I mean, it has exposed the lies that came with it. Again, we're the most educated, most unemployed, most incarcerated. I mean, again, no, it hasn't helped us at all. It hurt us.
We got a poll. Where are we at with the polls, Andrew? Has integration helped or hurt?
63% say hurt.
63% says hurt. Well, like I said, I mean, these young people are asking questions, Elizabeth Brown, and when we talk about the young people and they're saying, okay, in their time right now, what they're seeing, these are legitimate questions, and we, as you know, as the current elders, need to try to get them some answers. And when I tell them, hey, you can make the difference. We have the information in front of us, and whatever you see that's an issue, you have the power to try to create. And I think we lost Elizabeth Brown. Is Elizabeth Brown still on? I think we could have lost Elizabeth. Yeah, we probably lost her. Maybe hopefully she can call back or try to tap back in. Let me know if she taps back in. We lost her. But what I'm saying is, it's very important. It's very important that when we talk about our youth, when we talk about the questions that they're having due to the circumstances that they're looking at, they do got to understand the history. They got to understand how we got to this point. So you can't just start now. You can't just start right here in 2026 and say this is what it is. No, we got to start teaching them about not only when we made the turn to Black businesses, having communities full of black businesses, having mobs tear down well-ran communities, having government infrastructure ideas, running freeways through well-to-do black communities, urban communities. So these are ideas you got to add in too. No man in the house rule after that, economic starvation in our communities, taking the trades out of the high schools. These are all things that contribute to what we're seeing today. And so you can't just say, okay, all of the drama that you're seeing just popped up out of nowhere. And these are have what we as a black culture, a lot of adults don't even understand how we got here, So maybe it's an overall education that we have to have so we can understand what we have to do to move forward, and understanding that circulating the dollars in your community is one way that most communities, when we talk about segregation, those segregated communities are circulating their dollars in their neighborhoods with their own communities to build wealth as well. So we're not doing that. And so when you come up with the statistic that say our money leaves in 6 hours, that doesn't give time for the money to circulate. So these are ideas that we have to know.
And we definitely do. And I think it's in our best interest to make sure that we're educating not only ourselves, but our children on the truth that is. And at the same time, again, us being the battleground that open this up for everybody else. This is why, right now it's pivotal that we make it clear what has taken place, because a lot of our children have the education piece is the farthest thing from the truth of why we are this way. And a big of the immigration part of that is the individuals who come here legally are told the white lies of how we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, how we're the problem with America, so on and so forth. But the reality is we're the only non-immigrants. We're the original people of this mass. So when our children know the truth, and when we stand 10 toes down on what the truth is, because again, it's only our community that everybody can come in, set up shop, and sell us things. And because we can't go nowhere without there being a problem. We can't go nowhere and open up in somebody else's community and they spend their money with us, but we're open to everybody coming into our community, and we spend with them and not spend with each other. So again, we got a lot of work to do, but ain't no better time than the present to get it done. And the reality is that we have to know the truth and understand the dynamics behind it, because a lot of our children truly believe that slavery was just 400 years ago.
Wow.
And that's the farthest thing from the truth.
Well, I'll say it's never been a better time to try to get these conversations out there, get certain things, and plant seeds so people can think. Really what we're having is conversations to allow people to think and understand and do a little research. A lot of times when you let somebody control your ideas completely, where you don't go do no research and kind of develop a conclusion for yourself, you can get swept up too. That's how a lot of people get swept up in these organizations, because they can't think for themselves. They bot it out. They want somebody to tell them everything to do.
And I say facts over feelings.
Look it up.
Yes, on your own. Facts over feelings also. And then just again, look at your surrounding. Okay? When the last time you was able to go somewhere and buy something from somebody black in a black neighborhood? Again, they tell us it's the worst place in the city of Milwaukee, but all the panhandlers that I see are not black, are of other descents, and they'll let you know that when they can't panhandle in Brookfield, they can't panhandle in River Hills. They come here because we are giving people. But at the same time, everybody use our neighborhoods to get in and then get over and then lock us out. We have to make sure that we understand what's taking place. A lot of people hide under the guise of having the melanin in their skin, but they don't represent black. They let you know that they're not black. They represent the tribes that they're from and where they're from until it's time to benefit or cosplay to be black. Because when we're looking at the elections, I don't know how many people who ran under the black card but wasn't original, wasn't black African American, but was able to get over on us because they mislead us again with this we all won. Until you figure out that that's really not the case, because outside of them running for office, they let you know I'm not a black American. I'm Jamaican American. I'm Sudanese. I'm Nigerian.
Hold on. We all won until you get outside of the north side.
That part.
Hey, they looking at you funny. Hey,
I have several friends that come from Nigeria. One that I worked with that came from China, and to come into this country, the ideologies that they're given and what they're able to see as Black Americans is this negative notation, again, to come in to get on top of us. Because, again, they come in and get, EBT benefits. They don't have to pay taxes for a certain. They come in with the white code and the good credit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so when you truly understand how they're being programmed coming in, it's looking down on us while we welcoming, and then it's everybody wants us to be concerned. But as long as we're being killed in the streets, and I just recall, was it last year, Tori, where the illegal immigrant in Chicago was saying no more money for you, for black folks
at the
in
council,
Chicago?
at the council meeting to the black woman.
That part. Okay.
Hey.
So, I mean, we got plenty of examples that it harmed us and not helped us. And again, the government is always going to do that because we're the only people that can't be deported. And they understand when we find out who we really are, because only our ethnicity has changed tremendously, continuously over the last 20 years, from Negro to mulatto to, we're the indigenous people of this landmass. And they know that. But if they can keep us locked out, feeling sorry for everybody else, and we still haven't received nothing, then they continue to win.
Hey, look, now's your chance to be entered into our One Call That's All 5K Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway. Be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win $5,000. Courtesy of Gruber Law Office right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Once again, caller number 10 at 833-212-1017 will be entered in to win our 5K giveaway. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in the accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
One call, that's all.
You are listening to The Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy: don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't wanna say it, but they hate low. They all mad 'cause I got the Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Julia, you'll be entered in to win our 5K giveaway courtesy of Gruber Law Office. For official contest rules, go to 1017thetruth.com. Elizabeth Brown, another powerful conversation. Let me get your final thoughts.
I mean, again, Tori, your show is just pivotal to have the conversations that we normally have, you know, in our grandmother's or our mother's kitchen or, you know, at the family cookout. The truth have to be told. And again, you know, the truth only irritates the lie. And anybody that's irritated, that means it triggered something in you. Go do your research. Again, a lot of times, you know, we get super emotional because we hold true to what has been passed down. But when you understand that a lot of the things that we have perpetuated has been for our demise and has been programmed or an agenda that was given to us. Outside of that, knowledge is power. And there is no better time than the present for us to solidify who we are and know who our enemies, and who the foes are, who the op is. And in reality, know what it is that we need to do moving forward. Again, the more knowledge you have, the more ability you have to maneuver and not allow individuals to get on top of you. You can become proactive. You stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe, so to speak. But I mean, today's show is just like every other show, very informative. It makes you think. It triggers you to want to know more. Again, it's not about what you did yesterday. It's about what you're doing today. Today matters. What you do today, even I would encourage, even if it irritates you, when somebody says something, go and do your research. Again, a person who is easily triggered is easily tricked. And one thing for sure, and two for certain, we've been tricked for a long time because we've been easily triggered for a long time. And the reality of it is, it's chess and not checkers. And in chess, it's about strategy. And we have to use strategy from this point out because one thing for sure and two for certain, we don't have anything to show for it outside of us giving our bodies, our brains, our children, our communities, and we holding an empty bag. Everybody is living good, making money, having the ability to buy and move freely while we're being massively incarcerated, miseducated, overlooked, and continue to give symbolism, again, the fame and not the fortune. So at some point, we got to say enough is enough. And like I said, ain't no better time than the present to change your mind, to change your life. And the Tory Lowe Show definitely give you what it is that you need to think for yourself and not be misled, because that's this government's goal, is to continue to mislead you to believe that you have to pick a side. And anytime an individual have you pick a side and you're not one of those sides, then you choosing to lose. And I refuse to lose, because in 2026, all I'm gonna do is win.
And when we talk about the youth, we got to equip them at least with the understanding and the knowledge. When we talk about knowing your history, this is a part of understanding the process of being black in America, or so-called black in America. You got to make sure that you understand how we derived somewhere. And these young people want to be taught. They want to be led. They want to understand. But many times when we come and approach them, we don't see, we don't have the empathy many times for them and the patience for them. So many times they act a certain way because they're trying to, I think that's a call for help to me sometimes when I see that. I'm working with a couple schools right now, and, we're having real conversations. And trust me, I mean, I'm going to bring a couple students in here, because what they want is to get the real information so they can take that information and move forward. And what we're giving them is the old ideas that we were given, that we had to fight and overcome to try to make progress. You know what I mean? So they're not falling for that no more. They're not doing that no more. They're not going for it because they're not seeing the outcomes. They're not seeing the outcomes that we wish for, that our grandparents wish for.
Again, because it don't make sense. It don't add up, King. At the end of the day, like I said, I told my daughter if she did everything right, everything will turn out right. And that's been the biggest lie that I have told her, that I have been told. If you do it the right way, this is how it ends up. And in reality, in the world of the wicked, to be righteous, you will be crucified. Okay? You don't get the love. You don't get the likes. Those of us who love ourselves and love our people, we're the ones that's suffering. But in reality, it's our time to shine, King, and I'm here for it. So let's get it. Again, thank you for being who you are and giving us this platform so we can have real conversations in real time.
Well, Queen, I appreciate you for being on the front lines. Look, another powerful conversation. Hey, all we trying to do is make people go do their research and understand that in order for us to make change, we got to understand where to place our energy. You can't misplace your energy and expect the result. That's it. It's just that simple.
Period. Let's get it, King.
Let's get the dollar circulating more than 6 hours. If we can do that, that'll be powerful.
Come on. Real talk.
All right, Queen. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Salute.
Everybody that called in, everybody that joined the conversation and to talk to text in the chat. Another powerful chat. Salute to the chat. What was the poll, Andrew? Where do we end the poll at? Has integration
64% say hurt.
Help or hurt the community? 64% say it hurt. Hey, look. It's all about making sure that we don't have misplaced energy, because we got the energy. We got powerful people trying to do the real work, but many times our energy may be misplaced in agendas that don't serve our communities or bring us the tangible outcomes that we're looking for. It's just a slight adjustment we got to make. But look, I'm here for it, and I'm here with you. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethinking.